Hi there, Sam here, and welcome to my channel, Snuggle with Sam. Today, we're going to talk about energy management for empaths. If you're like me and you call yourself an empath, you're probably one of those amazing people that have this ability to really think and feel what other people might be thinking and feeling really well, to the point where it really feels like everyone feels like you understand them so well, because you're right there with them. And sometimes it even feels like you're feeling and thinking a lot of those things yourself, right? It's been an awful year, hasn't it been, empaths? Yeah. We've been taking it from all sides, especially with what's happening in the world, the way that the news reports it, the way that our friends and family are talking about it on social media, and the ones that specifically reach out to text us, and the other people in our offices, on Zoom chats, everything. Guys, this is a lot. It really is. We're powerful people. That's why people come to us, because they really value that we can be there with them. This is also why I've made a living off of doing that as a professional cuddler. But even I have to admit that this has been a beating. We need to take care of ourselves, guys. We're powerful people, but we're also exhausted people. So here I am today to teach you a little bit about some energy management skills for empaths. And no, I am not talking about energy healing. That is something else entirely. Although I do recommend Lindsay Hunt. She is my energy healer and she's awesome. No. We're not doing woo-woo energy healing stuff here today. We are doing actionable things that you can do probably right now. Your results may vary depending on where you are in the stage of your emotional recovery or empath fatigue. But these are things you can go back to every time when you find yourself like hitting the ceiling of what you're capable of doing and just being like, I'm getting hit from every side. Please don't do this anymore. I need a break. Step one is going to seem really counterintuitive. Let yourself collapse, but on a timer. Why would I let you collapse? That's like the thing we're trying to prevent, right? Well, if we're trying to fight our feelings, you're probably the ones that know better than I do that that's not a good way to live. It's much better to feel those feelings and let them go. But feeling them all the time, no. If you're in situations where you feel things and you can't physically show it, you can't physically like really be with it right in that moment, you're probably getting your feelings restricted all the time in how you can show up. What I'm recommending is you set a timer, put it on a schedule, max maybe 20 minutes, and just let yourself feel all the things, show up exactly how you want. It's gonna probably look ugly, or it's gonna look very exhausted. Honestly, this is what it looks like for me a lot of the time. I'm just playing app games on my phone and just really sad about the state of the world and how we could have done a lot better if we actually had people that cared as much as I do. Max 20 minutes, no more than that. If you go a little longer because you really feel you need it, fine. But 20 minutes, start there and let it go. It might disturb people if you're a loud one. I'm pretty sure my neighbors hate me. Step two, work on the bottom of that Maslow's pyramid. You ever hear of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? The very bottom is usually where we really suck, because we don't really think to take care of that when, you know, the state of the world is in a giant pandemic, but you need to make sure you're eating. You need to make sure you're drinking water. I don't have the wine glass today, but I have some water. That's important. You need to make sure you're taking your meds. You need to make sure that you're still bathing. You're still like trying to like maintain some semblance of societal standards. I keep playing with this. I'm a very fidgety person. I'm even on my meds today, but also exercise. Have you gone for any walks? Have you done any kind of things to get you a little bit sweaty other than existing in the heat? It is hot. How are your finances? Is that something you're worried about too? Oh, and let's not forget about sleep. That's kind of important too. Are you getting enough? How's the quality of it? Have you been waking up in the middle of the night worried about the state of the world too? These are things we need to have an immense amount of focus on, because even if you can feel such like compassion for all these things, you can't do as much as you possibly want to if you're not taking care of yourself first. Focus on you. Make sure you're solid. Make sure that you have a leg to stand on, so that if you try to help somebody, even just emotionally being there for someone, you're still taken care of. You need to make sure you're solid even when you give. Step 3, clean. I'm not just talking about your space either. I don't know about you, I'm pretty sure millions of people forgot that they were supposed to take showers until they absolutely had to during the pandemic. I have a feeling a lot of empaths probably were in that boat too, unless they already had really good energy management skills. But cleaning yourself is going to do a lot of things for you. I'm not suggesting shower every day, bathe every day, or do anything like ridiculous with like all of your grooming, but do something. If you feel best when you shower every day, do that. Make sure it's helpful for regulating your body temperature, especially in the summertime. Make sure that you're washing your hair enough. Make sure that you're cleaning your face enough. Do you need a groom? I know all about grooming and using your really good stuff. I have a really good video on that too. But then also looking over how to clean your space too. Making your bed is the very, 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 very first thing you can do. If nothing else, make your bed. If you need to do laundry, put a load in now, if you have the time. If you don't have the time, put it on your calendar so you do it. If you're noticing some dusting needs to get done, get some pledge out, get working on it. Your desk messy? My desk is always messy. I moved in like less than a month ago and my desk is already a disaster somehow. Organize yourself. Feel some kind of order in your space, especially if you're spending a lot of time in your space right now. You really want to make sure things are where they belong, because if things are where they belong, you feel like you belong a little bit better too. And lastly, this is the thing I actually recommend last before the other 3 steps, but I want you to do this as well. Be mindful, or meditate if you want to take it further. I am not the best person to talk about this, so instead I'm going to refer you to my friend Ron Levine, who runs Mindfulness in Blue Jeans, and he is convinced that you could meditate on a roller coaster if you want to. I've never tried that, but maybe that's better than what I normally do on roller coasters, which is maniacally like laugh and scare small children. But the main idea I got from him was that meditation is not just about like sitting with your yoga pants on and being like this hippy dippy person, but it's about really being mindful and aware about what you bring every day in your mind, in your body, and really taking a look at that. At first, it's going to be really hard because you might be looking at other people's stuff, but then you might start to notice your own stuff. But it's worthwhile to do. Even if you only do it for 5 or 10 minutes a day, start there. I highly recommend it, if for no other reason but to better know yourself. Well, that's it. The 4 steps you need to start working on your energy management as an empath. And really anybody, but in particularly empaths, really, really need this. If you like this video, please smash the like button and hit the subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.